In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about the importance of doing a book introduction when reading with your child. One of the most valuable things you can do as a parent to support their reading is to have meaningful discussions about books and texts that they're reading. So before reading a book at home, it might be a take-home book, it might be a book that they've borrowed from the library. Using the correct terminology, talk about the things you notice together. So you might ask them, what do we call this part of the book? So this is the front cover. And what can you see on the front cover? So get them to talk about the illustrations that they might notice. They might know that this is the title. And you could talk about things like the author being the person that writes the story and the illustrator as being someone who draws the pictures. You might talk about the spine or the back cover. Sometimes books might have a blurb on the back too. So keep in mind that we want to be prompting and questioning for your child's understanding before, during and after their reading. So to begin with, have a flick through the book and discuss things that you see in the pictures. At the moment, you can be gaining meaning from just looking at the illustrations, but it's really important to note that when we come to teaching decoding, we are really looking at the letters and the sounds on the page to have a go at unknown words, not just guessing based on picture clues. So here we can see a possum, and you might say, oh, this reminds me of a time when we went to the zoo and we saw a possum. Have we read this story before? Perhaps it's a favourite book that they like to read over and over again, and that's fine too. So making predictions, what do you think might happen in the story? And then when it comes time to reading the story, keep questioning throughout as well. So ask them things like, who are the main characters? Oh, there's a problem happening here. What's going wrong? And then also try and get them to understand how the characters might be feeling as well. So the author's intentions when writing this story and why these problems are happening. As you go further along, you could then start to talk about the solution that might be happening in the story, and would you solve the problem that way, or would you come up with a different ending for the story? When you're reading with your child, try to make sure that it's a nice time together, it's an enjoyable time, a quiet space where you can really get into the book itself.